Welcome to a chapter in the story of the artists and their community. This wonderful space is a place where artists in a cooperative effort produce, promote, and sell their creative talent. My name is Maureen Bannon, and I am an artist. This space is known as the Artists Gallery, is downtown Columbia, Maryland, and it is filled with artists from all over the central region. It came together in an effort between the New Arts Alliance of Howard County, Maryland, and the Columbia Management Corporation, mostly to kick off the first annual Invitational of Central Maryland of regional artists. So tonight we're celebrating our holiday feat. The artists weren't ready to quit at just 1 month. That was May 1994. We're still here, and it's November. This is where the artists will communicate with their community.
These are pictures that are very close to me for winter escape. And when I come to this path that goes to the beach, it is an oasis. It's like arriving at an oasis for me. So it's a bit romanticized. The path really was not that colorful, but that's what an artist can do, can make the image more in keeping with the way we feel about something rather than the way it actually looks. And this big bird is a friend that comes for feeding at my back door. So he's a very saucy bird, and we had to put him in a little more tranquil environment, but he's a young bird. I call him a snowbird because he comes to Florida when I do.
Okay. What can I tell you about this gentleman's work over here? Maybe we should wait for this. Okay. Over here we have the work of Bob Kramer, who happens to be my dad. Unfortunately, I don't have any of that same hand-eye coordination, but I can certainly speak well of this picture since I watched it being created. What I really like about this more than anything are all the crooked lines. I think that it really represents some of the character and look of Ellicott City. The fact that nothing is straight in Ellicott City, everything is kind of sunk and sag over the last couple hundred years. I also really like the color and the textures and kind of that somewhat abstract view of Ellicott City. And that's really about all I can say. It's one of my favorite areas, and I think one of the most picturesque views of Ellicott City that one sees as you come down Frederick Road.
And you'll say it. 7th grade.
Oh.
That sounded good.
Well,
My name is Benita Glasser, and I'm a watercolorist, and I work in pastel and pencil. I've been a member of the gallery here for the entire summer. It's been a wonderful experience. I've met a lot of wonderful people, a lot of wonderful artists, and I've really enjoyed it. I enjoy the work I do so much, and having a place to showcase it has been very meaningful for me, and I really appreciate it. The piece you're looking at now is one of my latest works, and I was glad to have it in this month's show. It's a layering technique that I use with bright colors underneath and laying my glazes on top. Being a part of the gallery has been an experience for me, and I really appreciate being here.
I'm Carl Siegel, and I'm a physician who's been practicing locally for a number of years. And this is basically my first invitation to join a gallery. And I'm most appreciative to Maureen and to Rona for allowing me the privilege of participating in this. For the last 6 years, I've been taking photographs, primarily of zoo animals, but also some other things. And this particular photograph is of a lovely snow leopard from Albuquerque, New Mexico, the Rio Grande Zoo. And she has probably elicited more comments than any other single photograph I've made. People are impressed by her wisdom, her pensive nature, the strength that she shows, and the gentleness. And that's what I've tried to do. I've tried to capture something of the character and personality of the animals in portraits. And it's been a very exciting experience. I hope to continue, and I can't say how grateful I am for being able to participate in this community-organized event. And the community needs something where artists can come and be able to show their products and to show their creativity and to have the community involved to see it. And I think this is a group that certainly will flourish in the near future and for a long, long time.
I've been in Maryland for the past 20 years or so, and these pieces are my work. Hi, this is a watercolor that I did a few years ago, and it's traditional, and I work in an abstract way at times. Down here we have a collage that's more recent, and it's more of my non-representational work. This combines various media, including cut paper and metal, as well as some glass pieces. I am on the board of directors of this gallery, and we are hoping to come together as an art community, and this gallery shows so many various media and techniques that it's unique, I think, in this area. I also am a representative from Maryland of the Mid-Atlantic Artists, and this is the publication that first came out in 1991. Right now, we are currently working on a volume 2, and that will come out in the spring of 1995. This will include area artists as well as Virginia and Maryland and D.C. and Delaware. And it will be a compilation of various media. The artists are represented by full-color photos of their work, And they also have bios on the back side of their page. We hope to have a complimentary circulation next year of 20,000 that will go to galleries and museums and interior designers that use original art. This is a wonderful marketing tool for artists, since it will get exposure for the artists for a number of years on a national basis. We hope you come see the gallery. This is the heart of Columbia, and we plan to be here for quite a while. Thank you.
My name is Clark Mester. I'm an art professor at Bowie State University. I'm going to talk a little bit about my artwork. I primarily work with wood and carving. I'm looking for an active interaction, a positive, negative space. I'm constantly trying to coordinate movement completely around the piece. This piece, I think I've done a fairly good job with that. I also do a lot of clay modeled work, portrait work, that's eventually cast into bronze. But my favorite medium is wood. This particular piece is black walnut. It was found on a farm on the eastern shore of Maryland, and it became an inspiration for this piece. In working on my pieces, I generally start with drawings after I've got the piece of wood. From there, if I like the drawings, I'll do a maquette, which is a small three-dimensional model. If I like the maquette, then I enlarge it into the piece. I also just draw, come up with ideas, and if I like them, I'll find a piece of wood that will fit the idea. If it doesn't work that way, I'll use a different medium in which to fit it in. I also believe in the concept of truth to materials. So in designing my pieces, I try to design them so that the strength of the material is maximized to some type of degree. Wood is a very flexible material, and black walnut is not only an outstanding carving wood, but has very good structural strength as well as its beauty. Finishing, I like to get the piece finished down so that you can follow the lines, the flow of the lines from side to side, in and out, back and forth. Occasionally, I'll texture wood or parts of it, but the dominance is, of course, the lines that move you, the rhythmic movement from side to side.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Kostrich. I make handmade paper. This particular piece is called Pink Flamingo. It's a rather tropical color summary. I've also utilized pieces of bamboo coming out of a little bit of a nest shape. It's also been embossed. That's one of my favorite things about paper, is that you can emboss it or deboss it, make it thick, make it thin. Another unusual quality of my work is that I've made the paper heavy enough that it doesn't need to be framed. It's very sturdy and can hang without damage. There's another piece over here. This is called Purple Folds. And again, it's an debossing technique, also with many folds, and I've utilized some polymer clay as a focal point.
Hi, my name is Julie van Hemmert, and this is my sculpture. It's called Contemplating the Middle Years. It's my depiction of what a woman would feel when she reaches middle age and inside her body still feels like a young girl that's trying to reach out, jump out.
Okay, I'm Mark Bennett. I'm a photographer. How do I do this? These are my three works here. The first being The Passage of Time, which is taken in northern Maryland. Okay, let's see. Second one being a nude work here, and the bottom one being called Turbulence, which is taken in Hawaii, Waikiki Beach.
My paintings and photographs are about the quiet places in life. I usually invite the viewer to find their own quiet moment in my work where I pronounce light, atmosphere, and thought-provoking subjects. I favor landscapes, wetlands, and botanicals. I believe the flower is the universal language. Even when I am painting a city street, or my little grandson fishing by the edge of a pond, I'm drawn to the immortality of flowers. They live, they die, they drop their seed, they live again. And this is the transformation that I feel every time I paint. Botanicals are wonderful. Here in this painting, which I call the Shadow Garden, I've done something different for the first time. I usually paint my shadows and light and build upon that from a light canvas. Here I've started with the dark canvas after a very long, tiring, and overwhelming visit with my family and my elderly parents. So there's a lot of emotion in my work. I have built upon the light and then let it all happen as I work with it until I feel comfortable and peaceful with it. You have seen just a few of the paintings and works of the artist in this gallery. Although everything in the gallery is for sale, customers and patrons are returning to get their cultural needs met, and as one customer put it, to browse in the beauty and the ambiance of this space. A strong community of artisans and painters are very much at home here in Howard County and are presently incorporating for nonprofit status. Being downtown in the center of the recreational and business community is really where we belong. So I invite you to please come by and be with us in this space and visit us. Until then, adios.
My name is Rona Schoenwald, and at present I'm director of the gallery, and we are using the gallery at this point as a forum for local artists, and what every artist wants is to be able to create and have a venue for the public to see what he or she has created. And I do contemporary painting and contemporary sculpture, and this is one of my paintings, and I like to invite the viewer to have some interaction with the work, so I like to leave a lot to the imagination, and hopefully the person will have some kind of an emotional reaction, and so there's a bit of whimsy and a great deal left to the imagination, and we hope to keep the gallery going. We're going to be working on budgeting and funding, and we're glad to have this opportunity to have you at the gallery.